With summer just around the corner, people are starting to prepare their gardens and flower beds. WENY Scott Brubaker spoke to the owner of one local garden shop to get some tips on how to keep your plants healthy this season.
As the gardening season begins, many are starting to think about their own gardens and flower beds. I stopped by Chamberlain Acres in Southport to learn how to take good care of your garden and when the best time is to get those plants into the ground.
Go out, check your plants, make sure they're not dry, make sure the animals haven't destroyed them, and basically just trying to keep the weeds in check, because too much weed competition, they won't grow very well.
Glenn Miller is an owner at Chamberlain Acres. He says hardy plants like cabbages, broccoli, and cauliflower can start being planted today. But the best time for most plants is around the end of May to reduce the risk of overnight frost.
Through the rest of this upcoming week, we're forecasting lows in the 40s and 50s, so we should be good to go. Of course, that'll take us through about May 18th, 19th, close to when we would typically see our last frost. So at least in the short term, after we get through Sunday night, we're looking okay.
Glenn says there are several easy ways to keep your garden healthy. First, make sure you prepare and turn over the soil before planting. Then, he says investing in a form of mulch will help keep your plants happy.
You can use compost, something like that. Mulching is a great way to keep weeds down. It keeps the moisture in the soil and eventually breaks down as a great thing for the soil.
He also says to make sure plants are getting the right amount of sunlight. It can vary by plant, but he says 6 hours of full sunlight a day is good for most.
But growing's a great thing. It's a great exercise. It's worth going out there and, with all the stuff that's in foods these days, it's a good idea to grow your own.
Glenn says it's important to remember that the little picks that you get in most of the plants from the stores usually have information on them on how to best care for those plants. He also says if you're ever having any issues, don't hesitate to reach out to your local garden store. Reporting in Southport, I'm Scott Brubaker, WENY News.